I think something's about to change in Florida, and I think there's probably going to be a little bit of a lag on this, but I wouldn't be surprised if we're within a year, maybe two, of a pretty big change in Florida because people paid pretty high values for their properties. And if you were on my live last week, we talked about how you can figure out what your tax payment's going to be. And I think there's a waterfall about to happen here in that people bought their properties, and when you buy a property, and I'll just kind of show this for a second, but a lot of towns in Florida, what they do is, if you bought your property today, if you bought a property today, you would go on, if it's listed on the MLS or something, or you were asking the seller for information about all the bills of the property. That seller might have bought that property, 10 years ago, and maybe they paid $180,000 for it, right? And maybe their taxes are, $3,000 a year, right? And so what's happening now is people are coming back and they're saying, well, that property now today or last year may have sold for $400,000. And in many counties in Florida, they don't reassess. They don't reassess those property taxes unless it's sold. So when the property sells, it's going to sell at a new value, and then they're going to reassess it based on that new value, right? So this is going to go from $3,000 to maybe, let's say, $6,800. Your mortgage payment just went up $300 a month that you may not have been planning on. Add to that the fact that insurance is going through the roof. Insurance is really expensive in Florida right now. They're getting hit with a lot of different weather issues. Some insurance companies are backing out. So people are seeing a bump in their taxes, and then insurance is going through the roof. So, someone asked about the market. I think if you want to keep an eye on an area where there's going to be some value selling happening, and I still think it's a good area, I would keep an eye on Florida.